Hello and welcome to third episode of my keto journey. My name is Elizabeth and I am owner of Fit to Be Healthy. So welcome to my journey. Hopefully you guys are kind of going through week to week. If you are, thank you. And just to kind of get you up to speed for those who are not, and this is your first time viewing this, I am actually documenting my journey through keto, or short for ketogenic diet, and also intermittent fasting. So this is kind of like the ups and downs of what I'm going through, and also kind of going in and telling you, what's good, what's not, based on my experience. So thank you for joining, and I am going through, again, this is third week. So last week was a little bit better. Just to, again, keep you up to speed. The first week was a little bit, was not that great. So I was kind of doing it, things too fast. I'm an extremist, so I go from one end to the other, and I kind of just jumped in and took it full force and did the intermittent fasting. Normally I'm okay doing 14 hours, and then I was just like, okay, I'm in 18, 19 hours, I'm in this. And what happened was I lowered my calorie intake, therefore had vertigo, dizziness, just cranky, hungry, but I still wanted to go through it. So the lessons learned was to kind of scale it back a little bit and kind of incorporate more calories if I could. So last week, that's what I intended to do, but I didn't need to. So it's kind of funny in the way that when you get fat adapted, you tend to not need to eat as much. So it's what I did was obviously go back to Monday, 18, 19 hours, actually these 19 hours, and just because of the weekend. So if you want to get into ketosis a little faster, word of advice is to fast. So the longer you fast, the faster you're going to get into ketosis, because what it's doing is it's using your fat that you accumulated and store, and you use that as your fuel. So that is the fastest way to get in ketosis. And so that's why it's probably recommended to start your intermittent fasting, or your fasting if you're doing it a little bit longer, on Monday, because you're resetting. So that happened on Monday, and I was fine. I didn't, I wasn't that hungry. I kind of did my work. I was fine. Tuesday, of course, went back onto my regular. And now let me preface this and say that my regular time eating is kind of like a mini intermittent fasting. So usually, I'll have my last meal at 6 p.m. the night before, and I won't eat until 9 a.m. the next morning. And that's just because. So it's kind of like a mini, intermittent fasting. It's still like 14 hours. So, I'm not really kind of jumping into something that's unknown. So that was Tuesday, and again, I incorporate a lot more fat in my diet, and I'm trying to keep the calories still, in at bay. So basically, I'm trying to keep the calories at what I need to, and kind of switch it that way. So Wednesday, back to intermittent fasting day 2. And I was thinking I was gonna, do the 16 hours. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna scale it back a little bit. Well, I got good news. So I was full of adrenaline, and I needed to work out, and I needed to go running. And so I actually didn't need to eat, and stuck to the 19-hour intermittent fasting. Probably because like I said, adrenaline kicked in, and I just, felt like, all right, well, I don't need to eat right now, so I'm not going to. But when I did, it was interesting, because then I felt a little tired, a little sluggish afterwards. Maybe it was because it was my blood sugar level was kind of going down, spiking up. So it's basically, I was tired and lethargic the rest of the day, which is kind of odd. but it's been said that when you eat your first meal after intermittent fasting, you kind of get that lethargic feel. So that's Wednesday. Thursday, of course, back to the 14 hours, no problem. And then Friday, I did do the 16 hours. So I did kind of scale it back a little bit. But it was just like brain fog on Friday. So not sure what that was. I think, I was trying to get more fat in, and I don't think I have enough. So it was kind of like a struggle of, getting into ketosis last week. And then, Saturday, I didn't do much with my carb loading. I'm trying to stay away from that, but I did have half of a sweet potato in the morning. It was fine. I was a little brain foggy again on Saturday. Again, I think it's just a lot of stress, a lot of unknowns coming up. So I think that had a lot to do with it, not just so much the food intake or the intermittent fasting. So that's my personal, what I was going through last week. So that could be the reason why, lack of sleep, just because I'm thinking and, stressed out. So, but normally, when you're in ketosis, it's, you get great sleep. When you obviously do not have a lot of stressors in your life and you're able to kind of relax. So the takeaways on this is I've actually started reading Plant Paradox. So it is this book right here. And what this entailed is it's all about the lectins in food. So it's Plant Paradox, obviously. It's not all about eating plants, not all about, going vegan or plants are best for you, no meat, no this, no that. What it is just basically Dr. Gundry, Stephen Gundry, talks about the lectins that are in certain foods, and plants. So the vegetables that I used to think were great, had these lectins in them, and the lectins kind of bind to your intestines and your stomach lining, and they cause, gut issues. So autoimmune diseases, a lot of different diseases that from your gut that are actually, go to your brain. So it's a lot of interesting information. So, and it also has a keto adapted program in there too. So that is a great benefit. What it is just basically saying is kind of scaling back on the animal protein. I am starting to do that. I still have animal protein every day. It's weird kind of taking out animal protein in your meals when you're so used to doing that for so long. So I'm doing that starting this week, having kind of a green smoothie for my first meal after intermittent fasting, kind of seeing again how I feel. I'm thinking maybe the brain fog has to do with some of the animal protein. So we'll see. Again, this is a experiment, kind of saying, mostly feel I have lost a lot of weight. I shouldn't say a lot. I have looked like I've lost some pounds. I haven't been on a scale. I don't weigh myself. It's just I go from look and how I feel. So that is what I'm doing next week. Now, I just want to also say that Friday I am actually going on a trip. I'm going to Dallas, so I will be there all day Friday. I'm going to be taken out to dinner, so obviously this is going to be a little bit interrupted, but I'm trying not to interrupt it so much. So of course, planning is key if you are going out or going somewhere different. Okay. Well, I bless you guys, and actually today is the lunar eclipse, so hopefully you guys enjoy that, and take care. Till next time.